journey from being a keeper of youth and a keeper for us is the more intentional act of being willing to go above and beyond the norm to get to the core of the issue. I think sometimes in youth work we're faced with the, I don't know how to say challenge, but sometimes we have to utilize a band-aid approach, because I think people are kind of scared to dig deep into the hearts and the minds of these kids to find out the source of the issue. But what Lakita and I realized, and I'm a Christian, a firm believer in God, I believe my calling from above was for us to dig a little bit deeper and to get into the lives of these young people so that we could serve them. But the thing that was so exciting for us is what we recognized: before we could mentor, before we could coach, before we could help, we had to do a lot of self-reflection ourselves. We had some issues that we hadn't resolved yet, but we were trying to help girls get through similar issues. It just wasn't. I'm going to read you our Youth Practitioners Pledge. Our Youth Practitioners Pledge is thus: Behold, I am my brothers and sisters' keeper. I am a breathing, walking, and talking example of the high expectations I set for the youth that I serve. I respect who I am and who my fellow brothers and sisters are. I commit to the joy of life, the love of youth, and the comfort of laughter. I will embrace our unity as people and bring unity into the community for our youth. Therefore, we pledge to bind ourselves to one another, to embrace the lowliest, to keep company with the loneliest, to educate the illiterate, and to feed those starving in silence. I am my brothers and sisters' keeper. Is an actor, and she's going to go there, so please don't be offended by anything that she says, but know that what she says is valid because it is a true story of one of our girls. After she completes her monologue, you all are going to have the opportunity to interview Scarlet. Her name is Scarlet Legs, and Scarlet is going to tell you her story. But after she tells her story, the one thing I need you all to be recognizant of is if this young person walked into any of your organizations, what would you do to keep her? How would you relate to her? What would you do to try to get to know her and to familiarize yourself with her circumstances so that you can be a tool to aid her in her journey? So I present to you Scarlet Legs.
Best believe that what's between these legs is powerful. It has niggas and women's minds blown. Fix your face. I don't discriminate. I got that yummy everybody want to taste. See, at 16, I perfected my skills. You see, I got these grown men begging for me to do what they wives won't do. I got these broken-hearted chicks who don't want a man's touch, but they want my taste. Want to taste me. See, I trade what's in their pockets for what's between my legs. I knew I had that platinum at the age of 6. You see, my cousin hit me to it. He would touch me and taste me and touch me and taste me and then take me to the candy store. He'd take me to the candy store and buy me whatever I wanted. And I saw that guilt on his face, and I just learned how to play the game. He said, "Don't you tell nobody." I said, "I won't tell if you buy me a Barbie doll. I won't tell if you buy me some more candy." And so the better and the cuter my body got, the better stuff I got. So it went from a Barbie doll to some money to a lot of other stuff. Who cares if those girls at school call me a hoe? At least I'm a hoe with some money. They're the ones broken hearted. They mad because they man is laying between my legs. If they could do what I could do, then they could be like I could be. You know, the other day at school, this girl tried to jump bad with me. It's never been personal. Never been personal, baby. Because I'm a lover, not a fighter. So I got my A-team, the ones who like to taste me. They wouldn't handle everything for me. I learned a long time ago that people, they come and go. But what's between my legs, it keeps the money flow coming. Because I used to be afraid of it. Now if I roll lips to it, I handle it like a real woman.
So Scarlet walks into the doors of one of your agencies. what do you do? I think it's unfortunate because of the society that we live in that men are, I don't want to say fearful, I'm not going to say fearful, but are so conscientious of protecting themselves, the integrity of their job, that there is a complete disconnect with young girls such as Scarlet and a man such as yourself. And for me, you can be that outlet to show her the man that she desired in a father, in a caregiver, somebody that wanted her not for the physical elements that she could provide, but who was just validating her because she was a beautiful young woman who deserved respect. And I think sometimes we get so caught up in the risk and liabilities of the what ifs, or that we lose sight of the fact that you as a youth development professional who has a phenomenal reputation in this community has the power to change her life just with a simple conversation and a validation that you want nothing more from her than to help her. And I think sometimes when we see a girl such as this with all these issues, we think about the issues, we think about the depth of the soul, but what we fail to recognize is she's just a girl. And everything that she was seeking, when she learned to embrace the lifestyle that commanded her ability to be able to generate resources to get what she wants, she was still seeking validation. So you, in my eyes, would have the opportunity to provide that validation. Now, would I have a female staff with you if you had decided to have a closed door encounter with her? Absolutely. But I never want us to lose sight of the power of your words, of your voice, of your tongue to speak excellence into a young lady such as her. Our kids don't walk into our programs revealing all of these issues to us. They don't. There's a process and a relationship building capacity that must take place in order for this young person to feel that trust factor where they will reveal it to you. So that's the point, is you got to see past all the everything to see the issue, and that takes some time. So say she's just a young girl walking into your program, and maybe she has an attitude, what teenage girls don't, but how do you communicate to her? How do you talk to her to build that relationship where she will trust you?
Got to connect that person, face to face with somebody, that passing off, to someone that will take responsibility, because they can't do it in the schools. You know what I'm saying? I thought about, okay, they have tutoring, but I said, who's taking, you out here making, but what do you need education for, and you making more money than a teacher? So I think it's that personal connection, whatever system it is. There's got to be a personal connection with a person that is willing, to walk that journey with you, and to pull in resources.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I got 2 points actually to kind of feed off of what you're saying. Well, at Hope House, I can give an example. We have and Boys and Girls Club too, they do a lot of the CLCs. And I think that not only, obviously, the whole tutoring stuff and whatever, they might not necessarily have the passion of caring about school, but they have a safe place where after school, and once it gets dark, we go till 7:30, and it's already dark by that time. So a lot of kids, once it gets to the dark point, they're either in their house or they're out doing what they got to do. So I think if you are providing them a safe place in the evening time after school, I think that's really crucial. And then also to kind of go off of basics of human nature. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the hierarchy of needs. Mm-hmm. And basically, what I think schools and also community centers can do, especially at Hope House, we really focus on, do they have the basic needs that, what are they lacking that makes them think that this is how they have to do it? Do they have safe places to live? Do they have food? Do they have clothes? Do they have the basic needs so that when you're trying to get them to be stronger and more productive citizens, they have their basic needs met, and then they can start becoming a stronger individual, because they might just be doing this just to survive, like the survival sex.
Emotional need that is so deeply entrenched that they are searching for anybody to fill it. And that's where all of us as keepers come in, being able to provide those tools and resources to keep these young people so that the victims don't become the victimizers.